Welcome back to Small Talk Wednesdays. I'm your host, Chris Hargraves, the Big West Conference. Before we get started today, just wanted to remind everyone, if you missed any previous episodes of our Small Talk series, they're available on our Instagram page on IGTV, and also go through our bigwest.org website where you can actually see them also on our Big West TV page. So now that we've got that out of the way, welcome John Elders from Cal State Fullerton. He's the head cross country and track and field coach there. You're actually the longest tenured coach at Cal State Fullerton. You just completed your 32nd season. Now that you've been at Fullerton for over 30 years and seen so much change around you, what's that like to just constantly see things, or to be the constant, but also seeing things change around you so much?
Right. Yeah, it's been really cool, actually. Our program has been through a lot of ups and downs, and to think about, what the campus was like, 37 years ago, 1984 is when I walked on the campus. So it's changed a lot. A lot of faces have changed. When I first came as a student, I just really connected with the campus, and I just really became a Titan. It's been fun to watch the campus grow and to grow along with it.
Now, I know you're a native Orange County guy, went to Villa Park High School, been at Fullerton for all these years, but where's some of your favorite places that you've either competed or just been to in the track and cross country world?
Wow. Well, I think everything starts with Hayward Field, at University of Oregon. Going there for the first time was awesome. I'm excited to see the new facility, but I've been to some cool places. Probably my favorite cross-country course that I've been to is Rimrock Farms at University of Kansas. To me, that course just like epitomizes what a cross-country course should look like. It was really neat. And then the history there with Jim Ryan and, all the others that have competed there. So that was really cool.
Let's look at the last few years. Your program's been very successful on both cross country and track. You've won a women's cross country championship. You've won 2 men's track and field championships and a women's track and field championship. There's a photo of you with your hand in your hands, and it's one of my favorite photos because I think it's really rare that you see that kind of emotion out of a coach. So what was going through your head at that point?
I remember Jim was out there watching the meet, and we started getting close. He started getting emotional. And when the 4x4 went off, we had to finish ahead of Cal Poly, I think by 1 or 2 places or whatever. And as I watched the relay unfold, it was a couple stumbles, and things get,
I remember,
and it happened, and it was like, wow. And then so the first thing I thought of is I walked out to the middle of the field, and I sat down and I called my wife, and she was at my mother-in-law's house, and I even just talking about it right now, I could hardly hold back the emotion. I could barely get the words out, like, we won, and I'm like crying. And she's like, what? And started crying. And so that's where you see the picture is. You can't really see my phone there because I think I had just finished the call, but I'm a spiritual guy. And, I was just thanking God for just the opportunities he gave me. It was just it was a neat moment. So.
And then you also got a tattoo out of the deal too, didn't you?
Yeah.
It's the Fullerton F on your ankle, and I didn't even know that was part of it until I saw you, I think, at cross country, because I think your social media put it out too. How did that come about?
It's something I had thought about, but it kind of randomly happened. We had a staff meeting with Dr. Garcia, our former president, and she did her annual visit with athletics, and Jim asked if I would say something. So I got up and I talked, and I said, we're going to bring, a championship, to the program. And if I get one, I'm going to get the Fullerton F tattooed on my leg. So it just something I thought about, and I said it publicly. And so once I did that, I was committed. So.
I like it. You follow through amongst all your
Yeah,
peers. I don't know
yeah,
if I'm personally afraid of needles, so that's why I don't
yeah,
have any tattoos. That's why I can be able to do it.
yeah,
But
yeah,
when I saw it, it was pretty cool. It's like, wow, I don't
yeah.
think I know a coach that would actually go to that length after winning a championship. But that's
Right.
awesome. Just to kind of tie it all up, you with being in
Yeah.
Fullerton all this time and having now two children, both are in high school. Your
Mhm.
wife's a former student athlete. I mean, just kind of take a look at the way that your life has gone since
Yeah.
what you thought it was to now.
Yeah.
I mean, did you ever think that this would be where you're at in 2020?
Yeah, absolutely not. Like I couldn't have imagined it. Like I said before, coaching was not really something I was thinking about as a career. And I just look at it as a way that God, kind of orchestrated things. And I just feel like it's been a real blessing this whole time to have the opportunity to be involved in the sport that I love, to interact with young people, every day and help them through this process. It's not an easy time. It's not an easy age to have that opportunity to just be part of the sport I love and to help young people and to work with my coaches. I just love my staff, all that they do, and just love this place. So it's just really, really awesome to think about, all that history and I'm kind of in my twilight years, right? Like
Really?
so,
Are you?
yeah, yeah, like so. Um, but so at some point, the torch will be passed. So that'll be the next stage.
Well, before we end the interview, one of my favorite things about you is that you're a jokes guy.
Yeah,
Every single one of our championships, you always come up
yeah,
and give me a joke. So
yeah, yeah.
you have a joke that you can share with us now.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you put me on the spot, right? So
I had to do it.
they've been having me do a joke of the week for every Monday on the FullertonTitans.com.
There you
So
go.
okay, so well, Chris, if you're been forced to wear a mask and glasses at the same time, you might be entitled to condensation.
Oh,
All right, so there you go.
I got it. That's a good one. I actually might take that one. That's a
Yeah,
pretty.
yeah.
Well, thank you, Coach, for taking time today for the interview. Learned a lot of great things. Had some great laughs. Of course, you were my favorite people around the league, so it was great to interview you.
Appreciate that, Chris.
And everyone, make sure you stay tuned for part 2 of our interview here with Coach John Elders at Cal State Fullerton, where we'll be playing a game that it will be Two Truths and a Lie, but from a 1985. So stick around
Ooh,
for that.
okay. All right.